All right. Here it comes. Listen up. Infowars.com.
And it's time to reverse that journey to hell. Roger Stone's going to be popping in here in a moment. We're getting him on the line right now. But there is an hour-plus speech given yesterday by the head of the U.S. Army, Chief of Staff Mark Milley.
Lunatic.
And that dovetails with Dumford, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, saying, you're asking us to go to war with Russia. We will launch cruise missiles. They will shoot down Russian aircraft. They will attack. And Congress goes, but our pilots won't get hurt. And they go, yes, but then our aircraft carriers will. I mean, this is like the congressman from Georgia thinking islands float. I mean, I am horrified. I used to always hear by people, Alex, it's not a conspiracy, it's idiots in government. Well, it's idiots with a conspiracy. It's both. But this is an incredibly dangerous time. Here is the piece. We went and excised out the clips of the chief of staff. The article's up on Infowars.com. U.S. Army chief threatens war with Russia. Here it is.
I want to be clear to those who try to oppose the United States.
Listen carefully.
I want to be clear to those who wish to do us harm.
To this maniac.
I want to be clear to those around the world who want to destroy our way of life.
You mean the
that
globalists?
of our allies and friends.
You'll blow the planet up? You're a
The
lunatic?
United States military, despite all our challenges, despite our op-tempo, despite everything we've been doing, will stop you and we will beat you harder than you've ever been beaten before. Make no mistake about that. Other countries, Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea, went to school on us. They closely watched how we fought in 91 and 03. They studied our doctrine, our tactics, our equipment, our organization, our training, and our leadership. And in turn, they revised their own doctrines, and they are rapidly modernizing the military today to avoid our strengths in hopes of defeating us at some point in the future. Recently, a senior Russian official, ambassador to the United Kingdom, Alexander Karamenko, he said, quote, the established world order is undergoing a foundational shakeup with the Crimea, Ukraine, and Brexit. He went on to call for the dismantling of NATO and the European Union. And he said, quote, Russia can now fight a conventional war in Europe and win. Russia is the only country that will remain relevant forever. Any other country is dispensable, and that includes the United States. We are endgame now, end quote. We can now, and we will remain in the future, retain the capability to rapidly deploy, and we will destroy any enemy, anywhere, anytime. Additionally, the battlefield will be highly complex, almost certainly in dense urban areas, and against an elusive, ambiguous enemy that combines terrorism and guerrilla warfare alongside conventional capabilities mixed with large civilian populations.
And again, we're facing the biggest threat since World War II is the other quote. General Mark Milley has been ordered to do this. The threat is the New World Order. The threat is George Soros. The threat are the people spending hundreds of millions to have cops killed. The threat are the people that have opened our borders, have sold our jobs overseas, and want to collapse Russia like they've collapsed us. But he's been ordered to do this. He's been ordered to put this out. And what Russia has said, if you read the full quote, is they're in the end game because they know they're under attack. They're having drills. They're preparing for nuclear war. The average American is running around trying to get transgendered bathrooms put in. But he's been, Milley was ordered to do that, just like the chairman was ordered to do it 2 weeks ago, because that could be their October surprise, is war with Russia, and then that makes sense. Accusing Trump, Roger Stone, Alex Jones, everybody being a Russian agent. No, I mean, ridiculous. But, you see, then you start a war. Oh, then we got to arrest our opposition. Those evil folks that are pro-gun, those evil folks that are anti-radical Islam, those folks that are pro-family, those people that want lower taxes, they're Russian agents. Meanwhile, a bunch of neocon Trotskyites that are literally former Russian agents are who run the Republican Party that is against Donald Trump. Let's play this clip from the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, just in case you just tuned in. You got Hillary saying if there's any cyber attacks they say are from Russia, launch a physical war against Russia. That's the hour we're in, folks. Here it is.
For Syria.
What about the option of controlling the
General
airspace
Dunford.
so that barrel bombs cannot be dropped?
All the options.
What do you think of that option, sir?
Right now, Senator, for us to control all of the airspace in Syria would require us to go to war against Syria and Russia. That's a pretty fundamental decision that certainly I'm not going to make.
All right, let me explain what's happening here. Then I'm going to Roger Stone to cover other issues. He can comment on this if he wants to. Let's say Russia has an elephant gun, a 50 caliber rifle to our head. And General Dunford and General Miley have a 50 millimeter howitzer pointed at our head. Yes, the Russian head is going to be more blown off than ours, but our head's going to be blown off as well. The Russians can only destroy the planet, some estimates from James Weapons Quarterly are 100 times, the U.S. 200, 300 times, and we all know there's a lot of secret weapons that have been developed. The Russians have too, but let's just be honest. The U.S. is got a lot of brains. Russia does too, but the U.S. is sickeningly providence prone. Okay, so this is crazy town. It's like saying I've put 100 gallons of gasoline in your house. When you go, oh yeah, Russia, we put 500 gallons in your house. Well, I'll just light it. I'll light it too. Okay, flames will be higher in the Russian house than here. Our houses will be burned to the ground. And why? Russia isn't doing anything to us. And for that, I'm accused of being a Russian agent. Roger Stone, I've known him I met him like 6-7 years ago in Dallas at a JFK event. He's a best-selling author on the JFK assassination, but, been in like inside 4 or 5 administrations, worked for, been involved in 9 different campaigns or 8 campaigns. Everything he's ever told me has been incredibly accurate, in fact, scarily so. But I had other sources, and I saw WikiLeaks out saying she'll be destroyed, she's going to be indicted, this will get her indicted just 2 weeks ago. He cancels this event, he goes out, he does this other Access TV style deal from Germany, and then never releases anything. I got a little mad, but Assange's done a great job overall, so I'll give him a pass. I apologize for being too angry in the middle of the night, being up 20 hours. But that said, they now say, and I have the clip coming up, let's cue that up, it's about a minute long after we talk to Stone, that they are going to release it, quote, the next few days. His lawyer said that on Al Jazeera. But that separately, we already have all these huge October surprises, the Benghazi stand down, all the corruption, the foundation, the emails. I mean, pretty much what would bring her down? The sky's the limit. But Roger sent me an email early in the morning. He said, it was like 6 a.m. I'd already gone to bed for a few hours. He's like, well, I'll take the blame. I've never been given such disinfo before directly by my intermediary to him. But I said, you don't take the blame. You're a credible guy. I get stiffed by sources too. We know what Hillary's really done. He's the one that advertised all this. You're more credible than ever. We're the men in the arena. So we come up short sometime. I noticed they had Right Wing Watch and Media Matters and the Huffington Post make fun of me. Oh, Alex said he's proud he did that show the other night and was chumped. Yeah, we had millions of viewers online alone, grew our audience hugely. We're in hundreds of newspapers yesterday, exposed the globalists, brought up the Clintons' crimes while millions tuned in. Our link was the top link on the internet for the WikiLeaks feed. Yes, I succeeded by showing up in that game and getting run over. That's what a player does, dumbasses. And all you people that aren't in the arena don't get that. Roger Stone, the man in the arena, you're on the air.
Alex, great to be back with you. It's not over till it's over. And if one looks at the AP story on what Assange says, he's going to release documents for the next 10 weeks, and they are going to specifically address war, immigration, Google and what's going on there, and the U.S. election. So I don't think anything has changed. In this case, justice delayed is not justice denied. No one ever suggested that Alex Jones or particularly Roger Stone controls Julian Assange. We just admire him. But he's going to inform the American people, evidently, on a time frame of his choosing. He's not for Donald Trump. He's not a Republican.
No, he's been very, very bipartisan. And look, again, I got angry. I've apologized. Overall, his work's so great. I just didn't like sitting there hearing him say, he said, she'll be indicted when I release this, and then it didn't get released. But I talked to some sources, correct me if I'm wrong, that say he was actually threatened that you'll never get a deal if you do this.
Well, not only that, he is. They have these trumped-up charges against him on sexual assault, which I'm convinced is a complete frame.
Yeah, they admit 2 women consensual, menage a trois. Then weeks later, they bitch, and one of them has been connected to the Central Intelligence Agency.
Right, and I know, Alex, you're personally jealous about the 2 girls. So it's laughable. It's a joke because it's a frame, and you can see that they want to lock this guy up so that he cannot expose the deep state. But nothing's really changed. I'm still highly confident that he is going to do what he has said he is going to do. Perhaps it won't happen in the time frame that I had been made aware of, but I still have confidence.
And let's be clear, though, now that I know the inside baseball, he didn't chump you or anybody. He was going to do it. Everything you said followed their tracking. He got some incredible threats. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I have this from another source, from lawyers in New York. That's when he backed off. Now he's had Sarah Harris. I want to play this clip. Yesterday on Al Jazeera, this has got no coverage. It's on Infowars.com. Said it will be in the next few days. Here it is.
A press conference, Sarah Harrison, we were told by Julian Assange that more leaks were coming, more damaging information was coming. He mentioned Hillary Clinton. What can we expect from that over the next few days?
Well, as Julian was explaining this morning, we will be starting some more publications that will be running with publications happening every few days. They'll be starting in a few days. And we have several of them with a number of interesting revelations that will be coming out to do with, yes, as you just pointed out,
what's interesting
the
about
election,
them?
but also in a number of other topics. Well, I'm afraid on that one I'm going to annoy you, and you're going to have to wait.
That's Sarah Harris, the editor, who's also a lawyer on the same show, saying similar things. So Stone, that's good news. We want to see, quote, the information that will indict her. If he has knowledge of a crime, he needs to release it.
Well, reading from the Associated Press, Assange says that WikiLeaks plans to start publishing new material starting this week, meaning next week. The significant material would address war, arms, oil, internet giant Google, the U.S. election, and mass surveillance. Yes, I think that this payload is coming, and the deep state is quaking in their boots. Now, you can't really blame Assange. He doesn't want to end up like Seth Rich, who took 3 in the back.
In fact, it's funny. It shows you may have the same sources. He was told, hey, Seth Rich got 3 or 4 bullets at the back. You better shut up.
Yeah, I mean, and he now knows that Hillary Clinton actually considered using a drone to take him out. They've had security problems there at the Ecuadorian embassy. The globalists want this guy dead and quickly because he can connect the dots, and I suspect they know he can connect the dots, and that is deeply problematic for the Bushes and the Clintons and others who have been profiteering off the system while they sell out their country.
All right. That was a long clip, but a lot of information there and something for you to think about. Now, I'm pretty certain that the YouTube video that I am playing for you today, it's got like almost 200,000 views so far when I'm looking at it, and I'm guessing that a handful of people are going to hear me talking to you now, and yet 200,000 views have already been recorded on this particular episode of Infowars.com and Alex Jones. Now, I'm not a worshiper of Alex Jones. I take some of his stuff he says like with a tongue-in-cheek, grain of salt kind of thing. But the part that you heard at the beginning, this general, raving fucking lunatic, thug, bully, criminal, traitor, that's the part that I thought was interesting enough to play it for you. But I played the rest because I thought a little extra material wouldn't hurt. And you can go to the YouTube and look it up yourself. It's Infowars.com. It's available. You can watch it yourself. It's just scary. And this man talking, his general saying what he said, and you heard what he said. It's just absolutely insane. And he's a good spokesman for the United States terrorist organization. And he's a good spokesman for the bullying government of the United States of America. And to think that people actually are in position of power and think that way and act that way and say things like he said, you know, the United States will destroy you, crush you, wipe you off the face of the earth, drop a nuke on your head. This kind of insanity. It's unbelievable. Okay? So I played that little bit for you. It's just passing it along, so to speak. And like I said, go to YouTube channel and watch it yourself. It's in entirety. It's about 30 minutes, a little less than 30 minutes long, and check it out. One of the interesting notes is that I noted here was the fact that they said something about Assange was going to be like taken out. They want to kill him or whatever. Well, first off, that would be stupid. I mean, you might shut him up, but you're not going to shut up the truth, and you're not going to keep the truth from being told. I'm pretty sure that Assange has other people working with him to get the news out, to get the truth out, to expose these traitors and criminals in America. Particularly Hillary Clinton, who is a known felon, is a known criminal, known, because the evidence has been presented, and it's more than obvious. It's absolutely obvious. The woman is not only dangerous, she is absolutely, disgustingly, insanely, I can't even begin to put words to this piece of shit cunt poop. I mean, seriously. And the thought that she can become president is very disturbing, to put it mildly. I'm talking about Trump now, talking about Hillary, and we're talking about the United States government, which is totally corrupt, totally evil, totally criminal, totally treasonous, a terrorist organization. Everybody on a planet that's got an internet or his conscience knows that Hillary Clinton is absolutely pure evil, along with the rest of the government thugs, goons, tyrants, bullies, arrogant bastards, terrorists. All right, and just I don't have the words readily available to describe my disgust with these pieces of shit. All right, gonna take a break. No more on that video. You can go to YouTube yourself and look it up. Listen to it in its entirety, and no matter what you think of Alex Jones, when a general that is a party to the United States government and has power, a military situation there, when he says things like that, it gives me chills up my spine. It's just unbelievable. The fact that the United States government and its military actually could destroy the planet like 100 times over. I mean, just imagine that. You know, like in a second, the ball could be rolling towards nuclear annihilation of the freaking planet. The fact that anybody, any human being has that power, any group of human beings has that much power that they can destroy humanity with a push of a button. If you don't think that's crazy, if you don't think that's fucking insane, then you're like in a coma. Seriously. Nobody in their right mind would even consider dropping nuclear weapons on people. It's just unbelievably insane. And we have people in power that not only can do that, they have threatened to do that, and they are quite capable of doing that. And the human race pretty much has nothing to say about it. You're not going to stop them. If they decide to blow up the world, boom, it's going to happen. And we're going to be dead. All of us. No exceptions. It's not like, oh, that's not going to happen to me in my little town, my little village, my little house, along the road somewhere. A nuclear bomb goes off anywhere in this country. Anywhere within vicinity of this country. We're done. It's over. You and me, everybody, boom, dead, gone, history. You don't think this is scary? This doesn't bother you? Like, you're what? You're just going to get up and go about your business and go to your job or do whatever you do, go out and mow the yard, play some music, surf the internet, play some video games, drink some beer, watch some TV, drop dead from freaking whatever. And people don't get that. I can't imagine it. I'm thinking also that it must be the simple fact that they realize there's nothing they can do. We're all going to die if it happens. And it's possible. More than possible. It's almost likely. Maybe they don't drop any nuclear weapons. Maybe they don't launch them off and blow up Russia and destroy the world and America in the process. They've had other plans that are maybe less total and less complete all at one time in a freaking nanosecond or something. And they're doing those other things. I've heard about this. It's just, you've got these veterans, I guess I saw a video a while ago where there's a veteran, he's all teary-eyed and he's all upset and basically pretty much hysterical over the fact that some cheerleaders took a knee before a game, some high school somewhere. Teary-eyed, We deserve respect. The flag deserves respect. The government deserves respect. I mean, come on. No, it doesn't. And you know what? If you got a problem with a human being saying, you know what? I don't want my freaking country blown to pieces. I don't want my brain scattered all over the freaking countryside. I don't want to be nuked. I don't want to be murdered. I don't want to be killed. I don't want to be tortured. I don't want to be terrorized by you fucking bastards anymore. I'm sorry, Mr. Soldier. I forget his name. Danny something or other. An old man, veteran. A man who's saying, oh, Japan, Japan, Japan. Guess what? We all know, we should know. I mean, it's obvious and it's pretty prevalent on the internet and so forth that, FDR orchestrated the involvement of the United States government and military into the war with Japan because Japan, they blew up Pearl Harbor and killed all those people and shit. But FDR knew about it ahead of time. He knew, he orchestrated it, he set it up, he terrorized Japan and pretty much forced them to take action because, their country was under attack by the United States. Even, I'm not even talking about World War II yet. The fact is, the United States government, in the form of FDR and his fucking goons, his terrorist gang of thugs, And this news is getting out. This fact, this history, this truth is getting out. And people are, it's there. If you don't hear it, if you don't know it, then you're just not paying any attention. I mean, is your life so petty that you don't even, oh, I don't care about the world blowing up. That makes no difference to me. How sad is your life that you don't care that the government of your own country is screwing everybody? Not just people in other countries, but us, Americans, all of us. And getting away with it because we're not doing anything to stop it. We're not doing anything to stop these people from destroying humanity. What are you doing? I know it's frustrating. You think, oh, I'm almost one person. I can't do anything. Yeah, well, you can. At least try something. You can do something. For one thing, you can educate yourself to the truth about what's really going on and what really has happened and who's really responsible for it. And at least have some contempt for these bastards. Okay, a veteran, redneck guy. Oh yeah, I went in World War II and fought for freedom and all that shit. And, guess what? No, you didn't. You were duped into murdering innocent people in other countries by your government. And you know what? You're an idiot. You're a fucking retard. And I'm talking about the guy that was... I was going to play the audio on that video, but for some reason it simply disappeared. I can't play it because it's not there anymore. I wonder how that happened. I don't. Was it a conspiracy? I'm not freaking stupid, but I'm not delusional either. And paranoia is justified when there are reasons to be reasons to be paranoid. How come the video is no longer available to me to record here on this show for you? It's gone. History. Where'd it go? It's got to be there somewhere. I mean, it came to me in my email, and there it is. And then I played it once, and poof, it's gone. Wow, that's weird. I think that's weird. Is there a conspiracy to keep me from talking? To keep me from revealing that? I mean, I don't think so. I think it was probably on a YouTube channel somewhere. I'm sure millions of people listened to it already, or could have, or will, somewhere. Where, I mean, I don't have it. Did they know I was going to record it on this show? I don't think so. I mean, come on. I'm not like Alex Jones in that regard. I don't think everybody's out to get me. I don't think it's a conspiracy created by the government against me personally. I mean, I'm not famous. I'm not powerful. I'm not somebody like Assange, who actually has known around the world and who's done a service for humanity by revealing the things he's revealed. Yeah, I mean, it's just, no. Not, they wouldn't do that to me. I'm just an individual guy. I'm nobody. I'm a guy up in a holler on a radio show. On the other hand, does make me pause. All right, so I'm gonna just let it go at that. Post this on my radio channel, and you can listen to it at your leisure. Take me seriously or not. But you got to take the guy, the general, seriously for what he said, because he's an arrogant bully and a terrorist. And I'm sure he's been prompted to do this by his masters, the evil criminal government of the United States and the military attached to it. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to stop. This will be posted shortly. I'll be talking to you later. Hopefully, there is a later. Listening to some of these military fucking psychos, there may not be a later, but let's try to at least have a little grain of confidence that maybe the world will still exist tomorrow. I'll talk to you later.